Welcome to Conscious Living Collective, where transformation is not just a word, but first an experience. My name is Tomek. I'm a scientist, teacher, and transformation coach. In this live session, we blend the latest in scientific research, the deep wisdom of mindfulness, and the art of fulfilled living. This is an invitation to rewrite your story, to emerge with a renewed sense of purpose and well-being. Welcome to today's session. So happy to be here, and right here at the start, I want to welcome Charlotte, the core member of my Patreon program. I know it's very late for you, Charlotte. Thank you so much for joining our session. It's very good to see you here. Hello, Parvane. Hello, Diane, another wonderful members of my Patreon program. So glad that you are here. Hello, Robin. Hello, Bev. Hello, Diana. Hello, Sandy. Very good to see you all here. I think we're going to I'm already in such a good company. Thank you so much for devoting your time to our meditation, because today's session is about meditation. After speaking so much scientifically about Maslow's theory, I thought it is time to do something more kind of experiential, more on the meditation side. So that's exactly what this session is about. But I want to make sure that you can hear me properly. I'm just trying to adjust my dials here to make sure that you do hear indeed everything I say loud and clear. So please do give me thumbs up if everything is in order, if you could hear the music, if you can hear my words. Thank you, Bev. That's very nice. Oh, hello, Nina. Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, so today's session I decided to name Inner Peace Meditation, simply because amongst everything that is happening in the world, and I'm sure you can feel it in your personal life, one thing I am continuously craving is not more money, is not more possessions, is not more things that happen around me, more opportunities, but simply more of the inner peace. And inner peace is one of those qualities I think that I personally treasure much more than what people call happiness. And the difference between, maybe I will define it right here at the start of the session, the difference to me between happiness and inner peace. Happiness is the state, if you remember me using the metaphor of the sine wave, right? It's up and down, it's up and down. So somewhere on the bottom is sadness and dissatisfaction, and you go up to the peak and you're very happy, and something very, very good happens, very exciting. And inner peace is there in the middle. So if I wanted to describe scientifically, my intention for today's session is not to go either high or low, but stay somewhere in the middle. And so you'll still experience highs and lows, maybe thoughts, sad thoughts, disturbing thoughts, anxious thoughts, and positive thoughts, some anticipation of good things that happen in the future. But the intention behind this meditation to simply recognize that our objective is stay in the awareness somewhere in the middle. And again, to add to this picture of which I'm drawing right now, the ups and downs that I'm discussing right now are the definition of your conditioned personality. Only from the perspective of your conditioned personality, if you wish to call it ego, we experience ups and downs. The description, I like this, I dislike that. That's what creates our intellectual perception and contributes to our either happiness or misery. From the perspective of awareness, something I have been using a lot is that awareness is already fulfilled. From the perspective of awareness, it doesn't matter. Oh, there you go. AI just kicked in and give thumbs up. Even better. My goodness. So much fireworks, unintended, but it happened. So maybe it happened for a reason. So from the perspective of awareness, experience just happens, and it has a positive impact on the fulfillment of our life. But from the perspective of our thinking mind, we want the craving. Well, we have cravings and we have aversions. We have the sine wave, right? That both peak and troves of the sine wave, right? We're moving between them, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I think it goes without saying, if we live our life continuously moving between bottom and top, it's a very bumpy ride, right? That's the definition of the bumpy ride. Up and down, up and down. So today I want to invite you to simply try to stay in the middle. And I'm not going to just say, I know it's not much easier for me to say than done to stay in the middle. I want you to base your experience in awareness. So you will experience thoughts, you will experience emotions, you will experience body sensations. And I want you to make a conscious effort to recognize that all the above are simply an experience in the field of awareness that you are. All right. And again, doesn't matter how much I can explain that, how much time I would spend explaining it. This is a first-hand experience, and this is something that you will have to figure out on your own and experience on your own, hopefully with the help of my guidance. But my guidance will be pointing finger. Oh, go there, maybe there. Check this. Check this out. Check that out. Points of interest. But ultimately, you will have to choose to go there and be there with yourself in the field of awareness and see how it feels. And ultimately, that feeling, what we call the first-hand experience, is ultimate guiding point on your journey. Anita, hello. Anita, listening to Anthony Harvey playing his version of The Nearness of You. Brilliant. I'm glad. Evie, hello. Nancy, good to see you here. Hello, Karen, as well. We have a very good company today. And another aspect of our sessions of Conscious Living Collective is the music. And today we're coming back to Peder Helland, our Norwegian composer, with Sea of Time. If you joined session late, you might not recognize it, but I always played it at the beginning of our session to set up the mood, to put you into right here with the help of music. We know how transformative music can be, don't we? It is really something that can set up and it can entrain our brain into vibratory state that is very positive, recognized as a pure joy and pleasure being in the present moment. So I'm using every tool at my disposal to help you to go where you need to go and explore and have your own experience. Parvana asks, how do you sustain staying in the middle when you are following all the different sensations and emotions of awareness? Thank you, Parvana. This is excellent question. So once again, when I talk about sine wave, right, that's basically a mathematical description of experience. We know for a fact a lot of things behave in following a mathematical pattern. But take into consideration that experience is not the sine wave itself. Sine wave is the description of the experience that is already there. Sine wave is not the experience itself. It's a description of the experience. So now, when Parvana, you talk about having a sensation, right? And okay, what is having sensation? Oh, it's feeling hot. It's feeling cold, having discomfort, having feeling soft, feeling such and such. This is a description of the experience, but not the experience itself, isn't it? We just intellectually describing the thing, the experience, whether it's a body sensation, when it's a thought that crosses our mind or our brain detects. And this is very important distinction that it's very difficult to grasp, and it's difficult to explain because it happens again. The first experience is the ultimate way to understand it, right? That when we spend our days, we are not experiencing things in awareness. We are thinking about the experience. Our brain is just an excellent machine to create a continuous dialogue, continuous script about the experience, not giving us a mental space or capacity to actually have the experience. Something that I've been using a lot is I could talk about the taste of vanilla ice cream. And that would never that will never be a substitute for actual taste when you even close your eyes, because vanilla ice cream, you may look good, but ultimately the essence of the vanilla ice cream is the taste. So you can close your eyes and use your sense of taste to experience it. And then you no longer need the words to describe it. You have the experience. So awareness, being the medium of the experience, is the middle. We, in the meditation, what we do, we move away from the description to the experience itself, to recognize that the experience no longer need the description. Description is just like the sine wave, right? It's something that describes the experience, but it's not the experience itself. So this is very important distinction, Parvane, and I think I'm still struggling personally with it. I can now, because I experienced it so many times, and quite frankly, it's very easy for me to experience it, even right now. What is my experience? My awareness goes to my chest and to my belly, and there is a sense there, and that's my experience. And I can hold this experience for a second or two. But if I choose to hold it for more than a couple of seconds, then my mind will interject and will throw on it, oh yeah, that's hot, that's tension. That's called tension. But you see, I'm starting to use my awareness to be the thought that is not the experience. Right? Very on a logical level, it makes sense. But again, as I'm speaking right now, I'm describing something that is not the experience itself. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like the analogy of the ice cream, because I think everybody likes, or most of the people like ice cream. I personally am not obsessed with ice cream. I could live without them, but let's face it, I tried many flavors, and on occasion I enjoy a cone or two. But not very frequently. But everybody's familiar with it. So we're using those metaphors, and this is maybe a good point. Thank you, Joanna, for bringing that up. We're using those analogies to refer to I'm using very often scientific analogies because that's how I'm trained. I'm using scientific analogies to refer to your personal experience that happened in the past. That's how we communicate. That's how we come to the same level. But this is communication between one another. When we jump into meditation in just a moment, I will allow you to have your own direct experience that is facilitated by our presence here, but ultimately, or it's enhanced, I should say, by our presence, but is ultimately your experience or journey or adventure in awareness. As long as you make the conscious effort to bring yourself back to that center, that inner peace that is represented by the awareness itself. Mhm. And awareness in our meditation will have many different facets. What may happen in awareness may wander, your mind can wander, awareness can wander between bodily sensations, to your thoughts, to the experience of the temperature of the air. You have a choice to move your awareness wherever you want it, as long as you do it consciously. What happens, obviously, during the meditation, you lose awareness, and then awareness disappears, and the autopilot kicks in, and you're no longer aware of what is happening, but the experience is still there. So you are not aware of the experience. You are not actively pursuing. You are not the awareness. You switch off. All the innate intelligence of your body takes over, and things just happen to you, but you are no longer aware of it. Imagine the good metaphor for it is when you are just being born. For the first quite long period of time, you have no awareness that you are being a baby. You have no cognitive capacity to understand what the experience is. Only there is an emerging quality that is, I am here and I am being aware. The construct is being completed. But nevertheless, it doesn't require proof that baby is alive and the consciousness within it. There is an experience there, but it's not a conscious experience. It's mostly the experience is composed out of the bodily functions and the innate wonderful capacity of your cells, of your body, of your DNA code to be unraveled and so on and so forth. So in a sense, we as adults who have capacity to be in awareness and have conscious experience, this is the invitation to explore that. And every meditation master and every contemplative master will tell you one thing: the longer you stay aware, the more you discover. Because world and experience happens around you and within you at all times. But only those who choose to stay within the realm of that experience can really have a say about it, right? It's the classic example of someone driving to work. You may stay aware and be aware of everything that happens in the car, outside of the car. Be aware of the traffic. Be aware of how you feel. Or you may switch to autopilot, and very likely you will arrive safely to work without being aware of it. Can you see the distinction? Right? Things may happen to you, or you may switch awareness on, and that's being in the middle. Right? Every time you are aware, you are coming closer to that thing in the middle. And by the way, that's awakening. That process I just described, something that people call nirvana or awakening, is simply being in awareness and have the first experience of awareness as is. There are no fireworks there. The fireworks are only in our description, our anticipation of the fact of awakening. We want something special to happen. We want it to be something exhilarating, exciting. Your mind would say the absolute top of the sine wave, right? Peak experience. That's all what matters. That's the awakening. No, awakening is a way of perceiving reality. Awakening does not change the reality as is. You still have human body. Your cells, they still do amazing job. You still perform all the functions as they are: digestion, circulation, excretion, detoxification, hormonal regulation. All these things still happen as you awake. The people outside, the birds are chirping, the sun is shining. But your perception changes because you come from the perspective of awareness and not simply thinking mind. That's what we do all the time. Okay, enough of the description, guys. If you have any question, feel free to ask it now or save it for later. I know these concepts are not easy. Some of them are very counterintuitive. As I actually should be more precise, they counter-intellectual. They do not sit well with our intellect. But on the intuitive level, you know there's something there, something that is of importance. And maybe following that sense, following that intuition, which goes by definition beyond the intellect. If you attended the previous session, I was talking about difference between intellectual understanding and intuitive understanding. They simply two different pathways of processing information that continuously being streamed to us, right? That's what I was talking about. I invite you today to follow the path of intuition. And every time your mind tries to create a description, the inner chatter, there's a script written on the fly, always continuously, simply say, no, I'm choosing to be the experience. I'm not interested in the description of the experience. I'm more interested in the experience itself. Okay. I will just restart the music for the purpose of our meditation. We'll meditate for about 15 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Once again, for those of you who joined later, hello. My name is Tomek. This is Conscious Living Collective, and we're about to start our meditation. I switch us to the meditation screen. Okay. Get yourself ready. This is guided meditation to evoke inner peace. Make sure that you are in a comfortable position, sitting upright or lying down, whatever feels better to you. If you're sitting up, rest your hands in your lap, put your feet on the floor. Allow your eyes to close. And recognize how things are for you right now. Do a check-in of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self. So how you feel on the physical level, your body being comfortable, at ease, emotionally, feeling sad, feeling anxious, feeling satisfied. Allow yourself to recognize it in the way that you know. You've been on this planet for long enough to connect with the experience. However, right now, I invite you to have this experience consciously. And that invites a question. Who is experiencing the experience? Where is the experiencer located? Is it in your head? Is it in your hands? Is it in any particular part of the body? Is it sitting somewhere outside of your body? Or is it the awareness itself? All and every experience that happens right now in your awareness. When you are connected with the awareness, you are always in the present moment. You are here and you are now. When your eyes are closed, you may find that this here is somewhere within your physical body, but it's not any particular part of your body. You are not just your stomach or just your throat or any particular spot in your body. You are more than the bundle of cells. And these cells and organs and the entire body simply facilitates the experience in a very special and unique way. And right now, I want to invite you to recognize it. That your body is not the experience itself, it's just a medium. Created by the larger consciousness system, and you with the individual unique qualities mirroring something larger, something more expansive. And at some point, your mind may start producing a script describing this experience. This feels good. This feels bad. This feels such and such. But this is like talking about vanilla ice cream instead of tasting them. We're using awareness to test, to taste, and to experience. And the content of this experience is secondary. coming back to the middle, where awareness is the center and bodily sensations, mind, physical reality are simply aspects of your experience. So right now, I want to invite you to let your awareness wander. What I mean by that is allow your awareness to move between bodily sensations, thoughts, auditory experiences, bodily experiences, and you follow it wherever it goes. Stay with it. And if at some point you will lose track, which is called mind wandering, I will bring you back with my guidance, with my support. So I will give you a couple of minutes to follow the path of awareness wherever it takes you. And when the time is up, I will bring you back. is time to return. Express your gratitude for all that you have experienced. Now it is time to take the bits that you find useful and let go of all the rest. Shift your awareness towards your physical senses that define the physical reality. Begin with your hearing, recognizing the sound of my voice, the sound of music. Your vision, active even if your eyes are closed. Although you don't see any image, there are still brighter and darker spots. Focus there for a moment. Senses of smell and taste, even though they may not be very active right now, you can still engage with them. And finally, the sense of touch that connects you with your physical body. Help you to recognize its boundaries. And through these boundaries, you can feel the space around you, the sense of physical self, and being separate from it. That's what sense of touch gives us, a separation from the experiencer and the experience. Being placed in time and space as a human experience. And now that you are coming closer to the surface, from within to outside, complete the transition by taking deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when ready, open your eyes and welcome back. Let's go back to the main screen. Thank you for meditating with me. That was truly wonderful. Thank you for holding the space for me. I want to invite you to describe your current state. How does it feel to come out on the other side? Do you see your current state as an improvement on where you started? Feel free to use comment section to describe it in words. I'm going to start by saying I feel much more present. I feel much more connected. I feel much more connected with the reality as is, without judgment that flows from my mind. It's a very satisfactory state. I wouldn't say I'm happy or sad. Sufficient and satisfactory. So that's my experience. What is yours? Sandy, peaceful. Karen, more relaxed. Parvane, more peaceful, connecting with that inner peace and level of awareness. Anita, feel more curious. That's a very, very good place to be. Simply look around like, oh, that's what reality is. It's following not the description that your mind offers. It's the direct experience. Bev feels content now. Deb said, I didn't want to see what you said because I did not understand it. Deb, I cannot type right now. Grounded. Okay, good. Evie says, I found difficult to switch off my awareness the second part of the meditation, and you feel calmer. Evie, this meditation is about switching your awareness on as opposed to off. And what we trying to move away from is the description, continuous script, as I call it, because I know it so well, that's being produced by your mind, the description of the reality. We try to connect with the experience. But I understand these things are difficult to explain and difficult to express in the language. That is a description by definition. Alma, more present and less fear. And this is another powerful side effect of meditation. We feel less fearful. Fear being a function of your mind. Fear only exists on the level of your mind. Fear does not exist on the level of awareness because awareness is what it is. Awareness doesn't care about the valency. Right? Valency is just another experience in awareness. But that less fear, it's a fantastic point. As a matter of fact, healthy ego or development of the healthy ego is movement towards the less fear. The more you experience, the less fearful you are. Right? The mind is being calmed down by having the experience, because in your mind, not knowing is the worst thing that can happen. Right? That's where the fear is coming from. It's stuff from not knowing. Deb, my heart rate dropped significantly as well. You see, when you let things happen, your body takes care of itself. It harmonizes. It rebalances. Natural processes that you engage, the innate, you get out of the way, so to speak, of your body, and your body is returned to the normal called homeostasis in science, right? The state of, you let me do what I do better than you ever will, right? You don't involve your thinking process in guiding your body. You just let your body do what it does, right? Bobby says, I feel more open-minded, but tiredness from my day is more pronounced. And that's fantastic. You see, your mind keeps you agitated, keeps you on the edge, does not let you to rest. The moment you allow the natural processes to happen, you start recognizing the obvious. I'm tired. It happens to me all the time. I am dry. My mind drives my body into the overdrive, and I lose ability to recognize when I'm hungry, when I'm sleepy, when I'm tired, when I'm such and such. It's all distorted. Once you relax into awareness, all the natural instincts, you connect with the natural instincts which guide you towards fulfillment and satisfaction. Right? This is a great point, Bobby. Thank you for bringing that up. Tosca not wanting to return felt like another level, so peaceful and relaxed. And again, what a wonderful way to sum it up. When you in awareness, all of a sudden you don't want to return to engage with the description of the reality. The reality itself is always more fulfilling than the description of it. Eating the ice cream, it's always better than talking about eating the ice cream. Let me put it this way. Right? That's what we're going for in Conscious Living Collective. Have your direct experience. Stop talking about the direct experience. Have direct experience. I'm talking about the direct experience. This is my job. Do not take my job away from me. I enjoy talking about it. I use many different ways, many different angles to point towards it. So it's your job to have the experience. And on that note, I have so many different meditations on my Insight Timer profile. Feel free to go there and test it, the different angles I take to provide the first experience to you. I also have 6 Pillars of Conscious Living Insight Timer course that will allow you to, again, using different pointers, have a direct experience of the reality in a very joyful and fulfilling way. That's the purpose of the course. 6 Pillars of Conscious Living. See what they are, experiment with each pillar, and see how much joy, peace, and fulfillment they bring you. Because they always will point you towards the conscious living, as in having direct experience. For those of you who are on the brink of some discovery, feel free to reach out to me with one-on-one sessions. These are designed specifically to people that wish to fast track the progress. They realize that, okay, I'm not satisfied with the things they are. I want to experience more. I want to figure out what is this experience about. These were our sessions, one-on-one sessions with me are for. Feel free to contact me through Insight Timer, through my website. I'm sure you'll find a way if you need that. But in the meantime, keep coming to Conscious Living Collective every Monday and Wednesday, here Brisbane time, Australia, or Sunday afternoon and Tuesday afternoon if you are in the US, or very late evening if you are in Europe. Very, very, very late. So that's the end of announcements. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate your donations that support my work and really help me to worry less about the paying the bills part and focus more on the content of the sessions and pointing you out towards direct experience. That's what your donations do. They support my work in that physical, tangible way. But the most important part, as I always say, is your presence and the fact that you come here. So even if you do not donate, I much more appreciate if you don't donate and you are here, then you focus yourself on the financial aspect of it. Deb, thank you so much. So this is the description of why the donation button is on the website. This supports the physical aspect of this reality, the equipment, my food, my bandwidth, all those things. They require transfer of the currency from one place to another, but these are not the most important part, right? This is just one aspect, one layer of it. Okay, by far the most important part is your presence. It's your attention. They call it mental currency. I'm much more interested in your mental currency than the currency as we understand it in the form of money. Alma, thank you so much. Nevertheless, thank you to all of you for your fantastic effort. Very good job if you attended this meditation. Very good job if you had the courage to stay aware and walk this path. It's a path less taken, but it's the most important one. So good job on that. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, depends on your time zone. The easiest way actually to find out is to go and to follow me on Insight Timer. And when I publish my new live event, you will get it into your time zone with your time zone as a notification. So that's the easiest way to do it. I will leave you with, once again, thank you, Peter Helland and his Sea of Time. I will leave you with him. Have a fabulous day, a wonderful and restful evening, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then.